In my book, Super Attractor, I talk about being a manic manifester, someone who's constantly trying to do all the spiritual things to try to make things happen. But manifesting is quite the opposite. Manifesting is doing less and attracting more, being more receptive to the energy that is around us, being more open to that heart-centered place within us, and not forcing or pushing or trying to control, because all that control and all that pushing and all that doing gets in the way of all of our capacity to receive. Big show today, guys.
Happy to be with you.
Gabrielle Bernstein, a role model for a new generation of spiritual seekers.
Welcome back to Dear Gabby. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This show has definitely taken on a life of its own. We have such a beautiful community that we've created here, and I'm seeing so many heart-opening experiences occur as we go deeper into our own growth and development and our bravery to talk about the big stuff and to open up our consciousness to spiritual and creative solutions for our well-being and our health and our spirituality and our growth. That's what this show is all about, my friends. I got my deck. I'm actually going to pull a card from the Super Attractor deck right now. It is so pretty. I hope you can hear me shuffling, getting the best card up. Yes. Okay, here we go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I am going to open to what card do we have today? Beautiful. I love this one. I can do less and attract more. Boom, people. I can do less and attract more. That is actually one of my favorite passages from Super Attractor. Do less and attract more. It's such a heart-opening way of living, because so often we live in this way where we think the harder I push, the more I do, the more pain I have, the more I suffer, the more I will succeed, the more I will accomplish. It's so the opposite. When we push, when we control, when we try to force things into form, we really get in the way. In my book, Super Attractor, I talk about being a manic manifester, someone who's constantly trying to do all the spiritual things to try to make things happen. But manifesting is quite the opposite. Manifesting is doing less and attracting more, being more receptive to the energy that is around us, being more open to that heart-centered place within us, and not forcing or pushing or trying to control, because all that control and all that pushing and all that doing gets in the way of all of our capacity to receive. So I bet this will be a topic that will come up over and over again on this episode. Do less and attract more. It always shows us what we need. The cards reveal the theme for the show. Let's see what comes through. Say that affirmation just for a moment to yourself before we bring in our guests. I can do less and attract more. Just say that to yourself. I can do less and attract more. And just feel into that. Doesn't that feel good to just say that to yourself? I can do less and attract more. Wow. What a nice, different perspective on life. I've trained myself to live in that way. I've lived that way, the opposite of that, for over 2 decades, I'm sure. Maybe over 3 decades I was pushing and controlling. Now at 41, I'm finally allowing myself to step back, to give things away, to ask for help, to do less and attract more. I can testify that the less you push and control, the less you try to do, the more you will receive. Let's bring in our first guest now to our Dear Gabby show. Let's go, let's go. What's your name, sweetheart?
My name is Christina. I go by Tina.
Tina, what's going down, girl?
Okay, just let me catch my breath for 1 second. Because I've had, again, like most say, that I knew I was going to get picked, because as I was driving, I was stopped at a red light and a little bird stopped on my car. Just stopped the window and just kept pecking at the window. I rolled down the window and he wouldn't move. And I'm like, man, I'm really struggling with I got sent home from work yesterday because I do.
Ah,
I'm a doer.
there we go. You burning
When you
out.
pull the plug, oh, I am burnt out. I don't sleep. I don't eat. Sorry.
Just be present right now with me with what's up. Put your hand on your heart, baby. And put your left hand on your belly and just hold yourself for a moment. And let's just talk. Let's talk. You're not sleeping, you're not eating, you're burning out. You got sent home from work.
Yes.
Okay.
Because of my attitude, which I get, I understand it. But man, it is tough to just I can't find I'm the manic manifester. I do everything. I've been sober for just about 3 years now.
Great. Good. Okay.
And all I want is to help people. Yet I find myself in meaningless jobs and meaningless work. And I just say, well, if I just keep doing, then the right thing will come along. And,
Okay.
and it just doesn't. And
Okay. Let me slow you down, Tina. Okay. I'm gonna rumble in here, Gabby style. You're 3 years clean and sober. That is baby sobriety. No offense. It's like early baby days, right? You're like 3 years old, rebirthing yourself right now. So when you're in early recovery like that, the goal of big life achievements, let me get that role in my position that I need to be in, isn't my suggestion to make these outside goals the highest priority at this time. At this time. Doesn't mean that they aren't held, that they aren't out there, that they aren't beautiful expectations that you can create for your life. But it is alarming to me when people in early recovery start to think they need to create, do. Because you're literally in this early infantile stage of rebuilding, rebirthing yourself. So I want to offer you today, Tina, a permission, number one, permission to focus on your well-being over your career, number one. Number two, I want to offer you the affirmation, a new affirmation that my well-being is my highest priority and everything else will follow. This is the epitome of doing less and attracting more. Because, sweetheart, if you burn out, if you aren't sleeping, if you aren't eating, if you're being negative at work and getting sent home, it's only creating more resistance to the presence of that serenity and that receptivity and that possible manifestation and the future manifestation of all that you do want to create in your life. So when I say speed up by slowing down, it is so meant for you today, my love. If you literally slow the F down, make your highest priority your well-being, your breath, your connection to your spirit, your connection to your body, your recovery, you're hopefully in some kind of recovery group of some kind, getting the help that you need, therapy, all of the things that you need to rebirth and rebuild your life, then I can guarantee you the time that you slow down and settle into your own personal well-being will come back to you tenfold and likely get you to the place that you pray to be at far faster. I hope you're enjoying this show. And if you want to get more Gabby, you can click the link below, subscribe to my Dear Gabby podcast on Apple, be the first to know when the episodes drop because they come out 1 week before the video. And you can download it to your phone, listen to it while you're driving, while you're cooking, while you're working out. You can just get more Gabby wherever you are. And if you feel called, leave a review. I'd love to hear from you. Now let's get back to this episode. So this card was meant for you. That bird was telling you it's your time today. You are, my love, in a beautiful position to give yourself full-bodied permission to stop trying to achieve and start letting yourself receive. This is where you're at right now. And when we embrace these new perspectives, that's the miracle moment. So looking at me right now, Tina, are you willing to accept that you are in early recovery?
I am. I am willing to accept that I am in early recovery.
Are you willing to accept that you shouldn't be overly trying to achieve right now?
That one I have a hard time accepting because I am a perfectionist. I feel a functioning anxiety human. I don't know any different.
Right.
I feel my worth stems from my overdoing and overachieving.
I can't even believe how magnificent the universe is to guide us together like this today, because there was a message that had to come through. So the biggest message for you in this moment is that undoing the anxiety habit and the belief that if I'm not doing, I'm not good enough is a slow practice. It takes time, but it won't be undone if you stay in the repetition of that addictive pattern. Just like you can't get clean and sober unless you put down the drink or the drug. So I actually would recommend that you almost count days on doing less. Count days on doing less. Right? The same way you would count your 3 years to get to your sobriety. Count days on doing less. And so what could doing less look like? It could mean that you don't stay longer at work, or that you don't people please one time that day. And even if, when I say count days, you're not going to be perfect every day. So maybe it means every single day you make a commitment to do one thing differently. And I see you're holding your heart, you're relaxing, you're coming to a place of ease. That's beautiful. I see you really taking that in. Make that commitment. One small thing every day to stop doing and start receiving. And count the days on it. I want you to get to 90 and obviously carry on beyond that. But you have to interrupt the old pattern of doing, and create a new pattern of being. You got me?
I got you. Thank you, Gabby.
You're welcome, my love. Thank you for being on Dear Gabby. I know this was a divine intervention. There's no accident whatsoever. Beautiful, beautiful work. If you like this video and you want to get more Gabby, check out the next one right over here.